I have grown weed, I have sold weed, I have smoked quarters of chronic in a day. Hey y'all, how you doing? My name's Connor. You are watching ThrivingMinimalist.com. How are you? I have gotten some comments and some questions whether I smoke the doob or not. And you know, I just want to say, first of all, and most importantly, that I just love you doing whatever you do. If you are feeling good about your lifestyle, I am feeling good about your lifestyle. And I don't want you to change anything. I'm here to just represent what I'm doing. I'm a really happy human being. I have been a less happy human being at other times in my life, living different ways. And so I just kind of share that contrast here on this channel. I tell you what's working for me. My hope is that it brings some motivation and some inspiration into your life. My ultimate hope beyond hope is that it brings you closer to yourself and to feeling self-love, because that's what I'm really all about promoting, is loving ourselves in a really holistic way. So that being said, if you smoke weed and you are loving it and you're just like, this is good for me, I'm happy, I'm chilling, dude, rock on. That is awesome. I'm so glad that you found something that brings you joy. That's badass. Keep doing it. And if you're smoking weed and you're like, man, this is not really serving me and I'm doing it anyway and I don't want to, I feel you, dude. I've been there. And there are things that you can do to change it. I think all of us have found different things in life that maybe at one point really serve us and then at some point just kind of stop serving us, but we have developed a pattern with it and it's difficult for us to kind of stop and get away from. So I really understand that space. Everyone has some kind of addictive behavior, everyone, and it shows up in different ways, but it's always there to take care of us. So I just love you, and I love you being you, and I really want the world to continue being their authentic, unique, awesome selves. And I want to just share what's happening in that realm for me. So the question is, do I smoke marijuana? Do I smoke the wacky tobacco, as it was recently referred to in one comment? I do not. I do not smoke weed. I have long hair and a beard, and I live a pretty nomadic, traveler, minimalist, crazy, kind of hippie, post-hippie life, and I do not smoke weed. And I'd like to share with you why, because I think that it's important for you to know why I choose not to smoke weed. I grew up in California, in Southern California, and I started smoking weed when I was 12 years old. And I loved it. I mean, from the first time I smoked weed, I was just so high, and I just frickin' loved it, man. And by the time I was like 14, I was smoking as much as I possibly could. I have grown weed, I have sold weed, I have smoked quarters of chronic in a day. I have been in love with marijuana. I have been very close to the chronic. And for a time, I really do think that it served me. It was fun. It was brought joy to my life. It brought me connection. I hung out with a lot of people I felt very close to who smoked weed. So at the time, I think it served me. When I was around 18 or 19, I started drinking alcohol, and as soon as I started drinking alcohol, the weed it didn't work as well. It didn't feel as good. It actually started giving me some paranoia, some anxiety, so I stopped smoking weed as much and started drinking a lot. And eventually that led into full-blown drinking every day, a lot of alcohol. I've done a lot of other drugs, and ultimately by the time I was 28, gave up everything. And it was a really great decision for me. I had wanted to give up everything for a long time before I felt like I actually could. And 4 years later, I feel like I'm a completely different human being. And that's not just because I don't smoke weed or I don't drink alcohol anymore. It's because I have developed a connection with myself. I've developed tools for myself to find relaxation, to find connection, to find love. I feel that I can use these tools indefinitely and that they're sustainable, that they bring me consistent joy every day, that I have very positive feedback that they work, not just in the moment, but they work for tomorrow. And with smoking weed, I didn't always find that. In fact, it started feeling like a crutch, and I started feeling very anxious when I didn't have it. I started feeling very uncomfortable when I didn't have it. And I didn't feel like I could truly be myself without it. The transition from smoking weed or from doing drugs or drinking into a life where those really aren't part of it anymore was interesting. If any of you have tried it, you know that it takes a little time to kind of find yourself, to feel out this new world without that kind of influence. But ultimately, for me, it feels better. I really love being in my body. I really love being in my mind. I really love feeling centered and focused. And when I smoke or when I drink, it doesn't feel that way for me anymore. It kind of takes me out of that space. There was a time when that wasn't true. There was a time when I would smoke or even drink and feel more focused and more centered. And I can see how that served me at the time. And I can totally relate to how that might serve you at this time. But ultimately, like I said, sustainably and long term, this kind of life that I'm living now with the tools that I've developed feel like they are everlasting. That I can keep growing and keep building this. And the other stuff, it didn't really feel like I could do that forever. I want to mention at the end of this video that if you are struggling with any type of addictive behavior, that I believe that I can help you find the tools to change that behavior. Slowly, sustainably, compassionately, in a way that's really going to work for your unique journey. So if you would like to reach out to me, you want to know more about how I kind of transitioned from full-blown drinking and drugs to a place where I'm at now, I would love to talk to you, and if you think I can help you in any way, please reach out to me through my coaching or my therapy on thrivingminimalist.com. Much, much love to you all. Take care of yourselves. Keep living your unique life. I so encourage you. Much love. Mwah. Bye.